Now, Reality Rants with Jason Bermas.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
Hey everybody, Jason Bermas here, and I'm just asking questions when it comes to P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Puffy, Diddy, or as many may also know him, Sean Combs. Now, I want to start with the fact that I don't think it goes as far as a lot of people out there that are calling Diddy the new Epstein. Okay, I think we're talking about a different level of play here. Like when we're talking about Epstein, right? We're talking about the military-industrial complex. We're talking about arms dealing. We're talking about money laundering, drug running, etc. Are on a very high scale. I mean, all those things. Now, with Diddy, on a smaller scale, you probably have the drug running. Instead of the arms dealing, you have the gun running. And you have blackmail and sexual abuse, but not the same type that you see in the Epstein case. Now, we're going to talk about not only this upcoming documentary film or series coming from Peacock, NBC's Peacocking, and believe me, the birds are singing now. And I'm going to get into that because, look, quite frankly, some of these people are probably not the best people that they're going to be featuring in this thing. I just, hands down, want to start there. And speaking of probably not the best people, I also want to mention that Suge Knight on the Michael Franchese podcast, the former Mafia man, discussed what he thought happened with both Justin Bieber and Usher. And we're going to show you that article, and you can go watch that clip. I was going to play the clip, but I figured, especially with the Franchese podcast, I'd probably get a copyright thing, and who knows whether they would block it in the country. I didn't want to risk it. Playing the trailer for the NBC thing, maybe they'll do something, maybe they won't, but they won't block anything. And then if I've got to cut that out later on, whatever. So let's start with this, okay? Diddy's entourage turn on him in explosive new Making of a Bad Boy documentary. And allegedly, they got just an archive of old school footage, which you would think that they would have. I mean, this guy has been around really since I was in high school, in the backdrop when I was in high school. I still remember being in my buddy's basement, my buddy Randy, shout out, when Biggie was shot and killed, right? And maybe on the peripheral, I had heard of Puffy or Puff Daddy or whatever, only because, Ready to Die was such a huge album. It's huge. It's one of the few rap albums that I was not into hip-hop or rap until getting into college, really, and finding Wu-Tang Clan before I really expanded. But I was aware of that one. And I remember listening to it and the sketches, and Puff Daddy's all up on the album. And kind of that's your introduction to that guy. All right? So you have to understand, you're coming from kind of like this city gangster mentality out of the gates. And by the way, when Puffy did blow up, again, Wu-Tang Clan over here, I was the complete opposite of everything that he was putting out. I mean, on top of really riding the death of Biggie Smalls puts out a double album, Life After Death, after his death. And then, the Puff Daddy single, which is, a ripoff of The Police with not only just a sample, but kind of like a reworking of it. He brings up Mace. I still haven't heard anything from Mace weighing in on any of this stuff. But, I wasn't into the flash and into the dancey dances and things like that. Not my thing. And he, by the way, always rubbed me the wrong way. Like something was very, very wrong in that circle. Now, We're going to get to Suge Knight in a minute, and we're going to play this trailer. But before we do that, I also want to remind everybody that knowing what you know now, Tupac Shakur was adamant that Puff Daddy had set him up in that elevator to be killed. A lot of people forget about the first assassination attempt. I mean, Tupac was shot several times, including through the head. Somehow survived that. It's wild. Totally wild. And that's where, I mean, the greatest diss track in my opinion ever, Hit 'Em Up, is born out of. And, you know, recently you have the Keefe D arrest, right? And that was the arrest in the Tupac murder. There was a lot of talk after that Puff Daddy, I think, had a $50,000 bounty on him. And a lot of people dismissed all that stuff that he would pay for hire, or pay people to kill for hire. But now, obviously, a lot of people are a little bit more open-minded. So, what we're going to do is, that's very odd. That's not that. Is we're going to check out this trailer right here, okay? And I'm going to make my commentary on it. But remember what I said before. Some of the people that are going to be in this, especially some of the women that were with him, are not, I mean, one of the women in there is like the only time I wanted to be around him when the cameras were on. Yeah, because when you're this famous, you're going to attract a certain type of people. You know, it's not all glitz and glam. Here we go.
Sean Combs is a monster.
I want to speak about this now because I've witnessed everything.
I think Sean Combs can get away with anything.
I've known Sean since he was 4 years old. That's my little bro. He already knew what he wanted.
I could be your manager, just give me a chance.
I went to a lot of Puffy parties. These were the parties that you needed exclusive access to get into.
He thought that if people fear him, they respect him.
Honestly, I didn't want to be around him unless there was cameras.
Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me.
When Puff was around, it was like, uh-oh, get it together or this could be over.
You got me acting crazy in front of all these people.
Something is not right with this.
I've been with Sean for quite a while, and I've captured a lot of moments. Anytime the studio or any room is red, it's making love and sex. Some of the ones who went in the room, for sure they were underage.
They said they could ship me off and sell me to anyone.
How did this superstar music mogul become an alleged monster?
And I can show you how we have fun and stay out of jail, too.
Only on Peacock. Only on Peacock. Bad boy. So look, here's the thing. Right there, you get some revelations of underage girls. Some of the biggest stuff out there are the rappers or performers. And there's been a lot of talk about Justin Bieber. So again, we're doing these shorter videos on these topics. I've looked through the lawsuits, and I've seen the available still shots, all right? The drugging seems to be real. The sexual assault of females and males seems to be real. Obviously, the freak-offs and the baby oil seems to be real. But the question is, how dark does it get? Because if we're talking, you know, the young girl stuff, yeah. So we're talking, you know, you've got the Jay-Z lawsuit as well. My question is, you know, are we going to get into the realm of the ultra bizarre with maybe some occultic flavors later on? Now, that may seem out of the realm, but you got to remember, even over at Epstein's place, if you want to make comparisons, Epstein had that large, like, sundial area. It wasn't just the blue and white guest room that everybody talks about. It was like this whole ritualistic area that he had there as well, on top of that. Very, very bizarre. So here it is. P. Diddy slept with Usher and Justin Bieber. Suge Knight comes back with more serious claims about Diddy's alleged boyfriend. So while he's on the Franchese podcast, he's sitting there and discussing. He's like, yeah, I like Justin, but yeah, no, they was having sex with him. And he basically said that Usher was his boyfriend. Remember, Usher's part of Flavor Camp at the age of 16. Now, these people are still megastars. You can understand why they'd want to do everything possible for this not to come out. And understandably so. Think of it from their perspective. What's the win here? Everybody already thinks the guy's evil. I mean, you got this special where everybody's going to come out and talk smack. Well, I've known him since I was 4 years old. So look, buckle up on that one. It's only going to get darker. But I want to warn people that I think some of the more, first of all, I think there'll be disinformation put out there on Diddy's end just to kind of discredit some of the real stuff. I think we have to be careful exactly of who we trust and what their motives are. But the forensic evidence is going to speak for itself. And I hope that this broadcast and this show speaks for itself, and you choose to support this by sharing the links, checking out the documentary films, thumbing things up. By the way, guys, just again to give everybody a little bit of an idea, and I'm not trying to complain. I'm just trying to show people that traditional social media platforms, no matter what your content is and how much you put out, it is really impossible to grow when you get the scarlet letter. Some people call it the shadow ban. But when we started doing this, just 4 or 5 days ago, I had, 70,830. I've lost over a dozen subscribers. It's minus 56 in the last 28 days. You would think that's happened because my content has been disliked so much, right? Oh, wait, no. All the content that I've put out. Here, let's go right here. Let's see. Let's bring it on over. Let's see, 95, 98, 99, 98.9, 98, 99, 97, 95, 99, 100, 99, and almost 99. That's literally just the last several days. So a couple dipped into the 95. Some people are mad about the Diddy. They don't like it. That's fine. It's fine. Haters going to hate. Lovers going to love. I don't even want none of the above. I want you to support me. So you know the drill. If you can do it, $5, $10, $15, it means the world to me. I want to thank everybody that has been supporting the broadcast. Again, Timothy, someone, Holly, thank you so much. Could not do it without you. Again, the docs are free. Shade the Motion Picture, Invisible Empire, and New World Order Defined. Or did I just say Invisible Empire? I'm sorry. Fabled Enemies and Loose Change Final Cut. It's not about left or right. It's always about right and wrong. I love you guys. We'll see you on the flip.